Hello and welcome to The Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind, to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ockman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Bob Hassick and Rob Scucci. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing this?
Fuck AT&T, fuck Discord, fuck SoundPad. I am very pissed off. I'm delighted to be talking about The Santa Claus, a movie that you guys both clearly hate. That I've enjoyed it. I'm gonna see if you guys can convince me not to like it. As you can see, I'm wearing the Binford hoodie from Home Improvement for when you need more power. So let's how you doing, Bob?
There are good holiday movies, and since we don't review good holiday movies, here we are.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, last year we did Christmas with the Cranks, so I mean that was a good movie.
Oh, that was a really good Tim Allen movie. If you want to defend Tim Allen, you got to defend that too. Let's throw it to YouTube comments.
These are doozies, so I'm just gonna tear through them. How could you not want to see a movie where Tim Allen plays Santa Claus? I would. Oh wait, time out. YouTube comments. You know what? I don't care what the haters say. I think Catwoman was great. How could you not want to see a movie where Tim Allen plays Santa Claus? I would have to say that this is the best Santa Claus movie in the series and any movie that has to do with Santa. Tim Allen is great in this movie and hilarious, and all the other actors are great as well. Disney just does a fantastic job at what they do and that's making good movies. This movie is a Christmas classic, just a downright fantastic film. It's also very heartwarming seeing how Tim Allen's character, Scout Calvin, goes from a careless businessman to Santa Claus. Just a great movie. The acting, story, and characters are great in this Disney Christmas classic for the whole family to enjoy. If you have not yet seen this movie, then I recommend you do. Rating 10 out of 10. That's the first comment.
Wow.
Second comment, and I'm going to air quote, I don't know what this means. Yeah. The Santa Claus was for Despicable Me 2 by appearing during the end credits of The Simpsons, The Polar Express, Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, parentheses, 2000, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, The Holiday, and Toy Story 3, with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at the beginning using the freeform opening of it during Frosty the Snowman and Arthur Christmas.
That's schizophrenia.
What the hell?
All right, two more for you guys. Good thing Scott made the right decision to become Santa Claus, because if Scott didn't become Santa, something will happen to not only Scott but his family as well. Scott became the CEO of the company that he left in the first film, but there were some family issues. He neglected his son Charlie, since the first two films are all about Scott's experience as Santa, leaving him to becoming a bad father to Charlie and Laura, and Neil are divorced, and Principal Newman, the principal of Charlie's school, moved away after the darker version of the second film happened.
Oh my God, what is wrong with people?
I've got one more, and this is the best one. 25 years of Disney's The Santa Claus, parentheses, 1994 through 2019. That comment was made 3 years ago. 2 years ago, someone said, wow.
Sick. All right. Well, we did our mental health check on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's go to test number 1, the worst of its kind.
Fuck today.
Bob and I were talking off air about Elf with Will Ferrell. It's kind of our generation's go-to movie, I think.
Yeah.
85 and younger, maybe a little younger than us. 85%. It is
twice. Good. I liked it. It's just, I don't like.
Yeah.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, one we've done. If you want to go back into the archives, or about a year from today. Yeah. Jim Carrey, 49%. Christmas Story with Peter Billingsley. This is like one of my favorites, personally.
Okay.
90%. That is a classic. It's always on like TBS or TNT or something every Christmas.
Yeah, 24 hours in a row too.
Yeah, it's awesome. My wife's favorite, maybe, Muppet Christmas Carol with Michael Caine, a 77%. It's one I watch every year, slightly begrudgingly. I don't know.
Okay.
And then weird, the last one that was suggested to me was The Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Are you just trying to take this one? Okay.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's because there's holiday lights in the bar, and that's why they, considered it a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Average an 80.2%, and you guys want to guess what the Santa Claus came in with?
I'm gonna say, based on the YouTube comments, which were nothing but stellar, I'm gonna get like a 70, 72.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 80.
73. Nice job, Rob. Right on the money. Negative 7.2, so it is in the negative, but it's not the worst of its kind. That was How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. I fucking hate that movie. Go check it out. It's in our archives. So good score, relatively, for the first test. Let's throw it to test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
Now ain't that a pitch?
Yeah, I apologize for those at home for the coughing and sniffling and sneezing and whatever I do this podcast. I'm once again sick. You've heard this from me every 3 weeks since the start of the podcast because I have young kids, and I apologize. Who wants to go first? I think Rob went first, then Bob went first, and I haven't gone first. So, me?
Yeah.
Okay. Scott Calvin is the new Santa. Surprise! But there's one thing he didn't realize. By taking the job as the new sled god, he'll live forever while his family dies.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Ouch. Okay.
Bob, you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go. All
right.
Okay. There once was a man named Scott Calvin, played by that hacky comedian Tim Allen. The moviegoers ate it up, and it made me want to spit up. It'd only be worse if it was starred Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, true. That would be worse.
Yeah. Okay. There once was a man named Scott who became Santa Claus in this plot. A rancorous divorce made him stay the course. In the original script, Santa got shot.
Really?
I teased that last week. In the original script that Tim Allen wrote, he took a shotgun and blew him off the roof.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
That's a different movie.
I didn't find that in my research at all. Like I was looking for it the whole time. Like I can't find the original beginning.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a big Tim Allen fan, as you can see. So
yes,
I might have been on like an interview on YouTube or something. You know?
Yeah. I'm gonna vote for me.
I like yours because the whole family dies. It makes it nice and macabre.
All right, we'll go with Chris.
Nice. What? I just want to win everything all the time. What's the star grade here, guys? I can't speak to that.
3.5.
I was gonna say 3.5 as well, actually.
All right, 3.5. I'll take it. Whatever. Fine.
I like to win, but
Chris.
only when I win all the way.
Yeah, fuck that. 3.5. All right. Test number 3, the most offensive.
And I'll meet you. What was that again? And I'll meet you. That's what I thought you said. I'm offended.
I love that bumper. Okay, I'm going to do my normal thing. Let's see if you guys can follow along here.
Sure.
The Secret Santa secretary sex scandal at the office. The Christmas party.
Sitting on a lap because you've been naughty this year. Yeah, that whole.
Yeah, Johnson has his secretary sitting on his lap while his wife apparently wasn't able to attend the party. And then Tim Allen calls him out in front of the entire company.
Yeah, and they're all like, yeah, he does that.
Oh, that Johnson and his crazy Johnson.
We do blow and each other.
Was his name really Johnson?
It was.
That's horrible. Oh, my God.
It was Johnson. All right, number 2, neglecting to notify 911 when St. Nick nosedives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I don't care how crazy the guy is. He fell off your roof. Like, you got to call 911.
That's a huge liability.
Yeah, what's he doing? Maybe he was trying to save your cat or something.
Like, you want a police report for when, like, that guy's insurance adjusters come and, like, we want to sue you for your medical expenses.
Yeah, he can be like, there was some guy on your roof and I was trying to save your house from being robbed.
Yeah.
You know? Of course he wouldn't because he's Santa.
Yeah.
But we don't know that then, and Tim didn't know that. All right, number 3, the fleeting fancy fireplaces. And by this I mean Tim Allen's Scott Calvin goes down the chute and makes fireplaces where they don't exist. Yeah. And they're beautiful. And then when he leaves, they go away. So the family for just a couple of minutes has no idea they have like a super fancy, like tens of thousands of dollars poured into it fireplace that they never get to have. They don't get to have it. It's just there for a moment. Well, Tim Allen.
Advanced masonry maneuvers.
Oh, I like that. That's what I should have written down. Number 4, elves are almost always adolescent. I wrote just
Yeah.
but there's a lot of problems that go along here with the Judy dating someone in accounting joke, and I'm going to speak on this a lot more in the catch-all, not necessarily offensive stuff. But yeah, I did not enjoy the thanks, but I'm seeing someone in accounting bit.
Yeah.
It's a dumb
He's like
corporate
11.
joke, yeah.
The thing
Yeah.
that's uncomfortable about it is that they chose a cute kid,
Yeah.
and it makes you wonder what they were thinking, by choosing her and then having Tim Allen, it's just the whole thing's creepy.
Yeah.
Just gross. Number 5, full-grown fawn, unfunny flatulence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flatulence is always unfunny in movies.
I agree. Tim Allen also does it when he's first Santa Claus in the montage. He gets out of bed and then he goes and just lets one rip, and that's the first sign that he's heavy now, I guess.
Yeah.
There's only
'Cause-
one good fart joke that landed, and you'll both disagree with me. It's on the Drew Carey show when he filmed the training video for Winfred Louder, and then Mimi went in and edited in farts, and he's showing it to the board meeting, and he's like, for anybody with a weak heart, the next one is when I teach you how to climb a ladder, and then the scene cuts. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen, but that sounds funny actually.
Pretty good.
Number
Right,
6, street screaming, you sleep in the skinny.
Yeah.
So Scott Calvin is telling his wife that he sleeps naked.
Yeah.
And he's screaming into her as she drives away, but there's a 12-year-old girl walking by.
Oh, right.
Yeah, probably not the best. Why
Yeah.
why you need to tell her that anyway? I don't know. Something about the pajamas and where he got them.
Yeah.
Number 7, vague reasons for removing visitation.
Yeah.
Very vague.
Yeah, they think that Scott has mental deficiencies, anxiety, social problems. What do they think is going on with him? Because pretty much, as far as I can tell, people are just mad at Scott for getting fat really fast.
Yeah.
Even if there's that issue, there's got to be give you a few weeks to get checked out. It's completely forced.
It's
But what's
akin to childbirth on a sitcom. It's nothing happens that fast in real life. It's a month-long due process that needs to transpire.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just don't know what he did that seems like a danger to Charlie.
Yeah.
They're guessing that because he's identifying as Santa Claus, that he's unstable, and that could be dangerous.
Plus, the timeline is really I don't know. It's not really clear. Eventually, you figure out, oh, it's the next Christmas already. But before that, you really can't tell how fast.
No, it is odd. There is no summer.
There's no 1 year later card.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the summer was when Charlie was playing soccer, which is a scene. But otherwise, they're in galoshes.
Right.
Yeah.
To use the term. Number 8, kidnapping Charlie.
Yeah, that's never a good look.
That was
No.
That was bad.
Ice Pirates. Yes, Ice Pirates. We had kidnapping the princess just because she was hot. This one, he literally kidnaps his own kid from a mom who he knows, and even Neil, he knows is going to be absolutely distraught the minute he leaves.
Right, and according to the storyline, it's illegal.
Yeah, absolutely it is, because he has the restraining order against him.
Yeah.
Or the limited visitation or restricted or whatever. Yeah, so not a good way to prove that you aren't mentally unstable.
Right.
Yeah, and then you go on a string of B&Es dressed as Santa Claus.
That's true. Through fake chimneys.
Yes.
Maybe he's just on drugs. Who knows?
Yeah.
Number 9, Corp Cop crunching crawlers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the second. It's like anti-cop comedy, and so there's a part where you see all the cops giving. There's like the chief giving directions. There's imagine if you will on my green screen. There's a chalkboard behind the chief, and it says donut shop, and it's like a big square on the chalkboard, and it's like a map of the town or something. But the donut shop is like really big. But later, what I'm talking about is the heavyset ginger cop is like eating donuts and stuff, of course, which is just lame.
I never got that. See, I'm of two minds. Like, I understand like there's a necessity for law enforcement, but they're also like egregiously, abusive of their power. But I'm also not an all cops are bastards kind of guy. I just don't get the donut joke because most like a healthy amount of like younger cops at least are in pretty good shape. I never got where it came from.
Well,
I don't really get it.
Yeah, the younger cops who are in shape seem ridiculously in shape.
Yeah,
that's true.
I never understood like how that became a thing, because my generation, or should I say my youth, the cops were not in shape, and did seem to hover around the donut shop / coffee shop kind of thing.
So maybe
they have early mornings.
And maybe back in the day, 24-hour, donut shop,
Yeah, true.
Stupid.
You guys want to mention anything before we send it on to test number 4, the worst dialogue?
For offensive, okay. So I saw this when I was a kid. I was past the point of believing in Santa Claus because I was like 94. I was like 7 or 6 years old. But people are taking young children to see that, and then they're having the on-screen discussion like, you told them Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah.
You're bringing your 4-year-old and your 5-year-old to see that. Like, that's fucked up.
That's true. That's the point.
I agree.
Yeah, just let them believe. Let them believe, dude.
Yeah. Good point, Rob. I didn't even think about that.
I want to believe.
All right. Well, like I said before, test number 4, the worst dialogue.
It's the worst dialogue.
All right, we're going to start with a clip here, as we do. This one's called Diet. 5.
Oh, nice. Oh, no, your pulse is great. Well, I don't know, Scott. You're as healthy as a horse.
Yeah. Clydesdale.
Okay, look, so what? You put on a little weight. A little weight? Does this look like a little weight to you? Weight can fluctuate from year to year.
Fluctuate? You make it sound like I'm retaining water. I've gained 45 pounds in a week. Pete, what's happening to me?
Well, what's your diet like?
Milk and cookies.
Really?
But I don't finish all the milk.
Well, then there is your problem. Just try to cut back on the sweets, okay? Anything else?
Yeah. How fast does hair grow? Facial hair.
What?
I shave in the morning, in the afternoon, I look like this.
Well, it could be a hormonal imbalance.
That would explain the mood swings.
Mood swings?
Yeah, but look at my hair, it's turning gray.
Oh, it's middle age, buddy. It happens. And with that body, you should be thankful you have hair. Look, if it bothers you, you can diet, and you should diet.
Side effects of Abilify. Just from throwing that out there. You will gain 45 pounds in a week.
That doctor doesn't seem to know what he's talking about. The part that drives me especially crazy is like when Scott Calvin's like, oh, that explains the mood swings. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, my hair turned gray. It's like, that's not what mood swings are at all.
He should have. It would have been funnier if he got irrationally angry for a second and then calm back down. Because that's a mood.
Yeah, that'd been great.
Mood swing. Still wouldn't be funny. But
No, it wouldn't have been very Santa either. But that whole conversation, I don't feel like a doctor would have been giving any of that advice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to go into this yet because the next clip will explain it for you. But ELFS agent says tinsel, not just for decoration. And this is just after using tinsel, like Christmas tinsel, to shave the lock, the hinges off of a fucking jail cell.
Yeah.
And with sparkly magic, blah blah blah. This is how they explain that Calvin is put out of prison, out of jail.
Yeah.
Tinsel, not just for decoration. That explains it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was
Annoying.
number 4, right?
Go ahead. Or. All right, number 3. This is a clip. Go ahead. Number 3.
3.
ELFS.
Okay.
We've got a problem. Santa is at the Millers, but he's not responding.
Well, time to deploy ELFS. Let's go!
Look, I know you're Scott Calvin. You know you're Scott Calvin. So let's make this simple. I say name, you say Scott Calvin. Name.
Chris Kringle.
Name.
Sinterklaas.
Name.
Père Noël. Babo Natali. Père Nicole.
Papa Gijo. Okay, Calvin. Maybe a couple hours in the tank will change your mind.
God damn, that's awful.
More worse than that. That they end there in written script above where the little elves come out with the jetpacks.
Yeah.
Is written effective liberating flight squad. That is the name of ELFS because they felt that they had to force the elves into. This is my biggest fucking problem with the movie is that they felt they had to force in cleverness into every nook and cranny of this movie.
Yeah.
And the fight squad here is the ELFS, Effective Liberating Flight Squad.
Huh.
Mhm.
So they are a flying elf force that's sent out to liberate Santa when he's arrested, I guess. And
Yeah.
that's what ELFS is.
Yeah.
Boo.
The thing is, Chris, with movies like this, you're supposed to sit back and enjoy them, man. I think we're reading too much into it.
You know what I'm doing here is a podcast dedicated to ripping apart movies because they are bad, and that's my passion. Okay.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing here. Whether or not you grew up with this movie, Rob, and literally everyone who commented on our TikTok trailer.
It is bad. I like it for nostalgia reasons, to be entirely honest.
Me too.
Watching
Me
it
too.
critically,
I watch it every year.
It's not very
No,
good.
it's bad. Judy comes out and says Santa was at the Millers, and then his tracker went off or something like that. There's one the Millers.
Yeah.
In the world, there's one that like they know where the Millers is.
Yeah. That's a good point.
There's probably more. I think I know a few families with that last name.
Yeah.
Which Millers? Anyway, I'm going to lay off of this one because we've got another one coming at you. This one's clip number 2. 2. The Ladder.
Oh, yes.
Where the hell did this come from?
Look here, Dad. The Rose Such a Ladder Company.
Huh?
Out by the roof, there's a Rose Such a Ladder. Just like the poem.
It's like the poem. Charlie, come on down from there. Charlie, get down from there!
Dad! You gotta see this!
Don't touch anything.
It's great!
I'm just gonna call the police. I'll carry the stuff up there, let them deal with it, okay? Whoa. This guy was huge.
Dad, this is neat.
Charlie, stay away from those things. They're reindeer. You don't know where they've been. They all look like they've got key Lyme disease. Oof. Easy, Rudolph.
Key Lyme disease.
Give me a break.
Oh
Key
my
Lyme
God.
disease.
I missed that my first viewing. Oh, that's bad.
It's bad, but what's worse is the Rose Suchek Ladder Company, who makes the ladder that explains how they got on the roof. It's a part of the book. This is what I'm talking about. Them forcing this cleverness into the movie. Charlie earlier says, "What's Rose Suchek Ladder?" And Scott Calvin, his father, is like, "No, a rose such a ladder. A rose such a ladder, not the rose." So it literally can't be the Rose Suchek Ladder Company.
Right.
Yeah.
But they thought they were very clever by making someone up called Rose Suchek, who makes ladders, so that they can explain how they get to the roof. And that's as bad as it gets. Could have been number one. But instead, number one is 1,200 years.
$1,200.
I brought you some cocoa.
Oh, thanks.
My own recipe. Took me 1,200 years to get it right.
1,200 years.
That's right.
You know, I must say, you look pretty good for your age.
Thanks, but I'm seeing someone in wrapping.
This is good. This is really good.
Not too hot. Extra chocolate. Shaken, not stirred. You look distressed.
Distressed? I'm way past distressed.
What is that?
I'm talking to an elf. And I stopped believing in Santa Claus a long time ago.
That's not surprising. Most grown-ups can't believe in magic. It just sort of grows out of them.
Yeah,
So
that one
much wrong with that clip. You look good for your age. That one?
Yeah, I mean, I get like that was all delivery because like you didn't age, you look but it's definitely pedophilic.
Yes.
Listening to the title,
Definitely, 100%.
Which is why it went into most offensive. I'm glad that we had it there. Also, she's seeing someone in wrapping. Can I point something out to you guys?
Mhm.
Literally nothing Santa ever delivers to anyone in any of the clips is wrapped. Nothing in the shop is wrapped. Nothing he ever puts down in anyone's living room is wrapped.
That's a good point.
And finally, she says, 1,200 years to get the recipe right. It's not too hot, extra chocolate, shaken, not stirred. It took her 1,200 years to find that recipe.
So like
hot chocolate.
It takes anybody else 30 seconds to go, chocolate tastes good, I don't like burning my tongue. And then like the shaking part's his preference, I guess.
I guess. I've never seen anyone shake a hot chocolate like a martini, but this is the most fucking ridiculous movie. I hate it. Okay, Rob's ad read.
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by A Very Metallica Christmas, featuring songs such as Gimme Yule, Gimme Fire, It's the Burning Log Which I Desire, Enter Santa Man, and I'm Madly in Anger with Jews, and The Little Drummer Boy, but his snare sounds like fucking shit. Play this at your church and you'll surely be the master of pulpits. A Very Metallica Christmas. It'll have your mother saying, no, 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 yeah.
Oh my god, dude. That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
Master of pulpits.
Master of pulpits. Test number 5, the worst production. Bob, take it away.
No need to add in scripts or budgets, 'cause now it's time for the worst production.
Someone's gonna hate me for this.
Cool.
The worst production quickie is Tim Allen.
Fair.
Nice.
That's fair.
So, Tim Allen doesn't have the chops to carry an entire movie. Okay. His TV show was still doing well in these days, but to carry a movie that has no laugh track and the pacing is way different, you not only have to be a good actor, but be likable. And his character is not likable. You don't root for him. He makes nothing but poor parenting decisions.
Yep.
He doesn't deserve to be redeemed at any point. So he just doesn't have it. And I think that's, in my opinion, that's the worst production, because this movie's praised. Like, all the research I did is just praise, and all I can think of is hacky, and that's what it is.
Tim Allen is a good Buzz Lightyear, and then like Home Improvement, just nostalgic. It was on before The Simpsons, so I always threw it on, and I just grew accustomed to it, watching it in my youth. But like, I watched every episode of Last Man Standing on Hulu, and it's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
No, I can't imagine that it is.
It's like 9 seasons, and like they got canceled and renegotiated and like switched networks so many times. Like half the cast was replaced with different actors, and they still
God.
So I was a pretty young kid when Tim Allen was on something that HBO used to put out called the Young Comedian Special.
Yeah,
and he did his stand up, which was all based on the ho 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 pig thing. And my dad, who was a boomer, absolutely loved it. And me and him, we bonded over that because I was a kid, and I thought it was funny, and he was a grown man and also thought it was funny. So by the time I grew up, I realized this is not funny at all. It's horrible. And my dad still loves it. And so I have an issue with that.
That's fair. It sounds deep-seated.
Two words to counteract that. Patricia Richardson, before she had the crazy perm, like seasons 1 through 3, Home Improvement, very, very milfy. I don't know. I would smash.
Obviously,
I mean,
with that hoodie, there's no question.
All right, test number 6: the worst acting.
Oh, right.
Okay, clip number 1. This one's called Charlie.
Oh, why don't you hold on to it for me for a while? It might come in handy.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. I promise I'll take real good care of it.
Make sure you do.
I will. Hey, Dad, look!
Fabulous ball. Hey, Barabbas.
Bernard.
Bernard, can we take a direct flight back to reality, or do we have to change planes in Denver?
Larry, take Charlie here and get him some chow.
No, Larry, don't do that.
Charlie, he'll be okay. Follow me. You want to get out of those clothes.
Look, Barnaby, I just want to go home.
Okay.
Yeah. Charlie's awful. I don't know who that kid is. I haven't seen him in anything since. I don't know about you guys, but he's terrible.
That was Tim
Turns
Allen.
out it's.
Go ahead.
It's Adam Driver. I'm just kidding. It's totally not.
I was thinking Tim Allen wanted like a Jonathan Taylor Thomas lookalike.
Yeah, so they found somebody with like a deep bowl cut.
He couldn't have him on Home Improvement and the set of the Santa Claus because like child labor. So
it just wouldn't be believable.
Yeah,
no one would believe this movie if JTT was in it too.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. This one's called Naughty.
Okay.
You know, I knew it. I knew that something was going on. What I can't believe is that he would go behind our backs all this time, confusing Charlie again. Just, what are we supposed to do?
Well, there's one obvious alternative. Annie, nice.
Beep.
Johnny, naughty. Gary, nice. Veronica, very nice.
In your dreams, Playboy. Hmm?
I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, so there were 3 different scenes there. It started with Charlie's mom. I don't remember her name. Do you remember the character's name?
No.
But, well, that goes to show how important she was. Yeah, Ethel is talking to Neil out on her front stoop, and she's like, I don't know where we went wrong. I don't know what Scott's trying to do. I don't know what his point. It's like the most awkward, like 4 seconds I've ever seen. It's one of those situations I was describing, I think last week, where a person like has a thought and they cut themselves off, and you cannot act that very well. So she's too overwhelmed to form a sentence there or something, and that's a really hard thing to do. And to her credit, when she's giving the mystery date monologue about how she didn't get what she wanted from Santa the year that she stopped believing, she was actually relatively believable. But in that segment there, it was the director, I think, asking for too much from the actress, and it turned out really, really bad. But then, of course, you get the part where Tim Allen's walking through the street and he's like, Johnny, nice. Timmy, not nice. Naughty. And then, Billy, not nice. And then Veronica, very nice. And it just grows. The last bit there was the like parachute sound was his beard growing out, which you will know if you're watching on YouTube, but if you're listening on the podcast, you might not realize that sound that would never sound like a beard growing out really fast is a beard growing out really fast. And then he's like, yep, I'm in trouble, which is supposed to be funny. It's not funny. It's just bad acting all the way through. I hated every minute of it.
That's a Simpsons ripoff too. Homer was taking like Demoxidil to counteract male pattern baldness, and like there's one scene where he like shaves and his beard just goes like immediately after.
That's a better sound. You just made a better sound.
Yeah,
you made a better sound. Yeah.
All right, clip number 3 of the worst acting. This one's called Santa Claus. Enjoy.
Title card.
Charlie. Oh my God, Charlie. Oh, sweetheart. Oh God, come here. Oh, my boy, oh, my boy, you're home. Oh, I missed you so much. How are you? Are you okay? Look at me. Charlie, I missed you.
It's okay.
You were so worried. Oh, look at you.
Look how good you look.
I don't have a lot of time.
Did you leave the gifts I made under the tree?
You bet I did.
We better go.
No, Charlie.
No.
Oh, no.
Wait, Charlie.
It's okay, Laura.
Actually, I think it's a much better idea that you stay here with your mom and Neil.
Really?
Yeah.
That it?
Oh, was that it? No. I must have clipped it poorly. Charlie then goes, man, that sucks, because after that, Charlie goes, I love you, Santa Claus, and calls his dad Santa Claus. And then Tim Allen goes, I love you too, son. They have this like emotional moment together.
It's better because I like you acting it out better. So
all right, yeah, it's really, really bad. I'm sorry to the listener and to the YouTube audience that you didn't get to see that. That's my fault. I must have clipped it wrong. All right, my bad. Stupid. I hate it. I hate everything. I hate my life. Fact or no fact?
Oh, we have one. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. That's a different segment.
Yeah.
Bob is a liar. He will lie to confuse us, but he will also mix lies with the truth to attack us. His attack is psychological and powerful.
All right.
Tool time.
Full time.
Nice.
Because Tim Allen's a tool. So
Yes.
we're back to the traditional fact or no fact, where you are picking the one fact out of the 5 things I'm about to tell you. So first of all, is this a fact or not? Tim Allen actually lost about 20 pounds during production, mainly because of all the heavy prosthetics and costume. Okay, that's the first one. Second one, the grunting sounds used for Comet the reindeer are just sound effects used from the video game Doom. All right, Charlie, the boy, you know Charlie, the character Charlie.
Yeah.
He had buzzed his hair before being awarded the role, and he had to wear a hairpiece during the entire filming. So that was a Jonathan Taylor Thomas wig.
Okay. That's even creepier.
The restaurant Denny's paid the total of Tim Allen's salary to be featured in this Disney movie. And the film was set in the suburbs of New York City, though filmed almost entirely on a soundstage in LA. That's 5.
Okay.
All right, so I played quite a bit of Doom when I was younger, and it's close, but I can't. I'd had to put them side by side. Tim Allen actually lost about 20 pounds during production. Believable. I mean, he's a wiry dude. He's known to have done a lot of blow in the past. So I think a combination of like his natural resting metabolism, maybe or maybe not cocaine, plus basically doing like leg and arm and chest day, wearing all the prosthetics. It's a good workout, you know. Charlie had buzz hair, had to wear a hairpiece. That's just funny if it's true, because that means like Tim Allen or somebody else made the executive decision like, yeah, you have to put this on during. You know, it's kind of fucked up. Denny's, I could see that because, I mean, that's really good exposure, and it's like a very popular movie, and people are really dumb. And if they see something that's in a movie, they also be like, oh, I can go to that place in real life. So it's probably a good business move. Soundstage is believable as well. I'm going to go with, just because in my heart I want it to be true, the hairpiece. Charlie had Buzz's hair, and he's wearing a JTT wig.
I like that as well, but I'm going to go with the lost 20 pounds for the prosthetics reason.
Okay.
I had a really hard time not putting Tim Allen's cocaine use into the fashion of fact.
You know, it's going to surface whenever we bring him up.
It was rampant, yes.
He had 630 grams when he got pulled over.
So here's an actual fact. Because he had an arrest in the past, he was a convicted criminal.
Yeah.
Disney almost wouldn't hire him, but they made an exception. I guess Disney had a policy of not hiring convicts, and they said, okay, we'll allow it for him, which is funny because a year later he did Toy Story, right?
Yeah, he's a big part of the Disney universe now.
Weird for Disney to be moral because they're just the biggest bunch of fucking con artists on the planet. So
yet here you are defending this movie.
Kind of like.
All right. The film was set in the suburbs of Chicago and filmed almost entirely in Toronto. So I made that entire thing up.
Okay.
Denny's, I made that up too because I thought it was funny. It was almost like the Hocus Pocus in the Walgreens thing. It just seems so forced.
Yeah.
Tim Allen losing weight, no, that was not true.
No. Okay.
There was complaints about him having to deal with the amount of prosthetics he had to have on, but there was no actual weight loss. He was a pretty thin guy.
Got it.
And no, the hairpiece thing was not true.
The comic grunts were from Doom?
They were 100% stolen. Directly from Doom.
Wow.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to show you guys this after the pod. Someone did the game Doom, and they edited all the sounds, the jumps, the grunts, the running with Tim Allen noises. So
I've seen it.
There is a variation of what you said, Bob. That exists. This is Oh,
Oh, you should have picked that then. You totally knew what the fact was. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I thought this was a coincidence though. I didn't realize it until just now, this moment, because I forgot it existed. Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Had I known, I threw you for a loop. I didn't mean to. Okay, there you go. Sorry, you guys.
No, it's okay. We usually lose. We're used to it.
It's fine.
All right, the catch-all.
If you've caught one, you've caught them all. Welcome to the catch-all.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to speed through this because I've got 3 pages.
Right.
Peter Boyle. Can't go without mentioning him.
Yay.
Dumb name. Do it all for you, doll.
Yep.
Stupid name. Carol of the Bells is creepy. The song, the Christmas song.
Yep.
It's just creepy. Every time I hear it, I'm creeped out. Why are there elf kids in the town? In the beginning of the movie and at the end?
Sleeper cells. I don't know.
Yeah, they make mention of that in all the fact stuff I was reading about. Like, they're checking up on Santa and they're making sure he's okay and all that kind of shit. But I think it's just
like they knew which roof Santa was going to fall off of.
Yeah,
I think I think it was budget reasons.
Fair enough. Tim Allen loves to imitate cats. It's not just a thing in this movie, but he does it twice in this movie where he goes. He's making fun of his wife, and then he's making fun of Neil, and he does the cat thing. It's dumb.
Yeah.
I almost went most offensive, but calling Neil a pinhead in front of Charlie is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe take a pee for Christmas dinner before you get home from work.
How the fuck do you burn a turkey?
That's my next. How high a temperature must the oven have been on for that to happen to the turkey that fast?
And for it to be common, because like the other guy at Denny's also burned a turkey.
Why are all the dads making Christmas Eve turkey?
Sorry, my bad. Bingo. What's his name?
But why are they all making it on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, that's a weird.
And on Christmas.
Do people eat turkey on Christmas? I've always been like
some people do. Yeah,
like a roast beef prime rib kind of guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd prefer that. Yeah,
call me old fashioned. Nice piping hot glass of eggnog to wash it down.
Sure, that sounds great. Bad advice. Sometimes believing in something means you just believe it, he says to his son. That's the opposite of the advice I'm giving my kids.
Right.
Yeah.
No parents believe in Santa. How do they account for the extra presents under the tree every Christmas morning?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a big plot hole now that you mention it. and none of the ones from Santa are wrapped despite the wrapping you mentioned.
No.
Earlier.
No, they're not. When Scott yells at Santa, he misses the reindeer on the roof. Or are they not there when he yells? Because that either way, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy that was Santa Claus has vanished forever. Why doesn't anyone in the North Pole care? And does he have a family? Like, this guy's just gone forever, and nobody at the North Pole gives a shit.
Like, his poor wife, like, where the fuck's Steve? He's been gone for 3 years.
Exactly. Well, Disney does a self-reference when Tim Allen's like, congratulations, you in a Disney movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of hated that. The flying reindeer running down the street CGI was really terrible.
Was it terrible for 94 though?
When they come off of the roof, maybe it wasn't terrible, but it looks, I mean, it looks terrible now, right? Yeah. It's not far off of Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. The guy in the truck next to them as the reindeer are running down the road is oversteering. He's doing that like acting thing where he doesn't get a line, but like your truck is trying to go left and right constantly, and you have to adjust for that.
Realistically, when you're driving, like you like rest your finger on the wheel. And just
for real.
You know?
But he's like, it just drives me fucking crazy.
Maybe he didn't have power steering.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe
93, 94.
Yeah.
All right,
That's a good point.
fair. Why aren't they hitting these houses as they're going by? Is this a Jewish neighborhood?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Why is he getting in the suit in the first place? To appease Charlie? That's his reason?
I guess.
Yeah.
Why is he going along with all of this?
Yeah, he goes along with it way too easily.
Yeah, strange man falls off your roof, asks you to reach into his pocket, pull the card out, and you're like, all right, time to strip him naked in the snow.
Climb into the suit. And then he says, I hope the guy who lives here is a tailor. And I'm assuming that was a Tool Man reference.
Yeah, he does it a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of that actually. Yeah.
He then says, I lived through the 60s. No need to worry because I'm flying. I lived through the 60s. That's boomer humor, I wrote.
Yeah, he's like listening to Strawberry Alarm Clock in the sled.
Boomer humor. Please put that right up.
Boomer humor.
Yeah.
That's got to be
The Return.
Yes.
The
return of boomer humor. And not since Battleship have we discussed so much boomer humor. Hey kids, we mentioned this already, but hey kids, Santa brought a pair of unwrapped shoes in an unwrapped dump truck. Again, the parents would be like, where did these shoes come from?
Yeah.
After the shotgun getaway, he lands on the next roof. Like, next door neighbor.
Yeah.
After the guy was just, like, shooting at him. He just safely lands on the next house, no big deal. How does he do high-rise apartment complexes?
That's not so much a knock on the movie as it is just on the concept of Santa Claus altogether.
That's true.
But I mean, like, so there's, like, exhaust pipes that become chimneys, but that's not how it would be. Like, does he go, like, into the next apartment and then through the floor and into the next apartment and he has to go back up to the top and do it again? Or does he go up and does he get, like, I want to know how he, like, slimes his way through an entire apartment complex and like a 90-story apartment complex in New York. I want to see him do that.
I'm gonna put HVAC slithering in the write-up.
I do want to know, but I'm gonna
no questioning magic. All right.
All right. Fine, but he's a total dick to that girl.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
A total fucking dick to that girl for no reason.
Put yourself in Scott Calvin's shoes here. He's clearly traumatized from accidentally murdering Santa. Now he's got this monolithic task of I've got to take over. There's deadlines and deliveries, and then, like, some little shit just comes out, and like you just eat her house. You don't know if what you're doing is actually kosher at this point. And
kosher.
Wouldn't you be in like a heightened state of anxiety and kind of also be a dick? Just think about it.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah. He hasn't been redeemed yet. I guess that's the issue.
Yeah, fair. Was the puppy in the sleigh created from nothing, or was he abducted from his mother?
That's a good point.
Chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
How does Scott know that he's done for the night?
Yeah.
When they're, like, how does he know where Santa left off? Anyway,
algorithms.
They did the whole world, and there is plenty of time to meet the elves and sleep for the night.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I will give them this: the Santa Claus is clever.
Yeah.
Clause in the contract clause. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Yeah. We get the joke, Chris.
Yeah. Well, so do I, and I'm giving them credit for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Does he get paid to be Santa, or does he need to keep working? It seems that he needs to keep working, which is why I think that the other guy committed suicide.
Yeah.
Elf babies. This is my biggest complaint, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Elf babies is a big problem. How long do they stay babies? Imagine having to change their diapers for about 100 years, plus completely useless in the workshop.
Yeah, that's a good point. If I had to change diapers for that long and I was also eternal, I'd find a way to exit my flesh prison and just fucking boot off the mortal coil.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, they've got a kid with a hammer that's probably a year old, like human time. But our understanding is that Bernard is like thousands of years old. I mean, Judy herself took 1,200 years to make the hot chocolate, and she's only like 8 or 10. So the 1-year-old's probably 100 years old or something like that, which means the kid that can't take care of himself had to have his diaper changed for the last 100 years.
You think it's like
and he's not the only one.
I think it's like vampire rules. Like once you get bitten, you're like kind of suspended in development from when you got bitten. So like maybe they're like biting little kids.
No, because they're dating. So they're reproducing. She's dating someone in rapping. Remember?
I just can't get over the fact that you called them useless.
Well, I mean, probably you're right.
My useless 100-year-old baby.
I mean, it was, from a practicality factory standpoint, it's. I'm not gonna put Ben in the workshop and hope to get anything done.
Compared to like a normie baby, yeah.
Yeah, normie. No, here we go again.
Stop bringing little people into the equation every 3 weeks in a row.
That's right. This is your fault this time.
All right. Speaking of little people, the puppet show, are they self-aware puppets? Because I'm trying to avoid a word Bob called me out for another podcast weeks ago. Are they self-aware puppets? Because that's creepy. And if not, a guy that you've never met is in your room watching you change clothes. Did they physically transport them home? That's Scott and Charlie. Did they transport them home? And if they did that, did they do it in the sleigh? And if they didn't do it in the sleigh, then did they have like a teleporter? And if they do have a teleporter, then shouldn't Santa use that, not a sleigh?
Optics.
Future.
Optics,
Future optics.
Okay, I'm gonna start to give them a little bit of credit, Rob. Here you go.
Oh no.
The fireman's third-degree burns. And sorry about your partner joke. I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
We both work very hard. 1 year a day. Or no, 1 day a year, rather. I had a little Google at that, too. Then they're in the principal's office, and Scott says that they shared a bowl of sugar, took shots of brown liquor, field-dressed a cat, and then went and looked for women. And I had a little Google at that as well. And to top off the jokes section, I've got one more coming up, but we're going to throw it to a clip, and this one's called Credit Where Due.
Where is he?
Well, he could be in his room, jumping up and down on his bed, wearing a red hat and galoshes.
I don't care what Neil's doing. Where's Charlie?
Oh, I see. Well, if you can't be Father of the Year, why not be?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Made me laugh. I don't care what Neil's doing. He's wearing galoshes and red hat and jumping up and down.
Yeah,
anyway, maybe don't order 5 desserts.
Yeah.
That's character development, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've said this before, but why are they mad at the meeting? It's because he's fat now.
He got the sauce on the side, right?
Yeah, well, he got the dressing on the side, too. Mom shows up mid-soccer game, and then she stands in the middle of the soccer field.
Right.
I mean, I take my 3-year-old, well, then 3-year-old, now 4-year-old to soccer practice, and there are helicopter parents like that do exactly that thing.
Stand in the middle of the field?
Because my daughter, there's people like kids like my daughter and like kids equally competent, like kicking it back and forth through the cones, and there's like always one little kid named Aiden just like spinning around, going.
That was me. It would be insane to see such a dramatic change in Scott so quickly, though. To give her credit.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, dude just wants to be Santa. I don't identity shame.
Yeah. It's encouraged these days.
Yeah,
I guess.
Nick Avocado identifies as skinny.
Yeah, well,
that's his catchphrase. I identify as skinny.
Well, I mean, good on him. It must be a fact. The elves use FedEx.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they send them all the holiday boxes with kids' names in them.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Through FedEx.
Yeah.
Why? Not enough boxes, by the way.
Yeah.
For all the names in the world. And Allison Abbott would definitely not be the first name on the list.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm getting really tired of our low-calorie wheat bread here at my house.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Thought I'd throw it in there. Now he gets a. Now he gets a flame. Now he gets a flame retardant suit.
Yeah.
Right.
In year what? How many years has Santa been a thing? And now he's a flame retardant suit. Did Comet make, buy, or borrow that rope that he gave Santa? And I want to see the process.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see the process.
Yeah.
How'd he get that? The soy milk was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, gotta love nondescript presents like nondescript Halloween costumes. I'm thinking of Hocus Pocus 2, you know, when you have like a Halloween party and nobody can be like Iron Man because of copyright issues.
Yeah.
So everybody is like a baseball player and like a zombie and like, but all the nondescript, like he's dropping off like Chinese checkers to a girl.
Yeah.
And like she's gonna be super excited about that the next day, you know, because they can't put name brand toys down. They'd have to pay for them.
I'm going back to the soy milk thing though.
Yeah.
Like the whole magic of Santa, like he becomes Santa, all those things change. But
Yeah.
he's still gonna be lactose intolerant, or is she just being cute because he was before he was Santa, or he's still lactose intolerant? It's just
Yeah, I don't know. I guess she's expecting him to show back up. Like, oh, that I didn't expect you to look like that, but I guess that's Santa because you're in my house. So like,
so is he not lactose intolerant now that he's Santa? Is that the? Oh God, so annoying.
oh yeah, true. I guess I didn't think about that.
I thought the joke was just like her father was dressing up as Santa previous years, and he is lactose intolerant.
Oh, jeez.
So like, and like
Hit the
now
bingo
it's the
card.
real, now it's the real,
We're all giving the movie too much credit.
now it's the real Santa, and like those rules don't apply, but she's being cute because she doesn't know it was her dad in previous years.
He's like
Sure.
next year, Jack Daniels, no milk.
Why isn't the elf dragging Charlie through the air? He doesn't have a jetpack.
Yeah.
Charlie's like flying next to him and they're holding hands, but he would just be like hanging on for dear life next to the elf who has one.
The
Peter
point
Pan
of view
rules.
from Charlie would just be like,
Totally ridiculous. The local. Oh my god, I fucking love this. I caught this on this viewing. I've seen this movie 30 times. This is the first time I caught this. The local cops pile out of the SWAT car. You know, like the big like truck, right? They go hut 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 all that out of the back of the truck, and one of them yells, "Teamwork!"
pretty funny.
Oh my god, how ridiculous is that? Okay, not over any oceans, she says to Scott as she's watching Charlie fly away. Is it better if they just fly over concrete? I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, any mentions?
Maybe they don't fly over oceans because they don't like foreigners or something.
Maybe.
Keep it in the States.
Keep it in the States, yeah.
America.
Rob's alternate ending?
Yep.
Rob's alternate ending. Oh, yeah.
So, I didn't write this down. I wrote an alternate ending a long time ago for this just for fun. It was like a Facebook post like 10 years ago. And
Nice.
I haven't been on for a while, so like I couldn't find it. But the idea is that Charlie is so traumatized and distraught over his parents' divorce and a new father figure coming into his life that this whole thing's in his head. He has a psychotic break. He witnesses his dad kill someone who's like burgling the house, and he
Oh
kind
my
of
god, and that's the trigger moment.
just imagines it as the Santa Claus scenario. And all of this is happening inside his head, and he's in a padded room with his arms tied behind his back, just rocking back and forth, going, "He's real, he's real, real." And it just zooms out from the little porthole window, and it's just Scott Calvin, the new dad, and the mom just looking and like just breaking down and crying, going, "What happened to our Charlie?"
I'll tell you,
I fucking love it.
if this wasn't Disney, that would sell.
Yeah, it really would. No joke.
Yeah.
All right. I guess play the bad credit names bumper.
Bad credit names, like...
I'm Harvey Manfred.
It's not funny at all this week. You guys want to just skip it? There's only 5.
Up to you.
Read the 5.
Judge Reinhold. Sorry,
Okay.
I know he's a major actor. Bill Elvin. It's funny because of the movie.
Yeah.
Bill Elvin. Laureen Lightfoot.
Okay.
Sounds like a hobbit.
Yeah.
Sandy DeCrescent.
Oh, that's fun.
I like
Yeah.
that.
And then Sean Dick.
Okay. That was worth the minute and a half the segment took.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Sean Dick.
Yeah,
Sean Dick. Okay, movie comparison time.
Time to compare the movies. Time to compare the movies.
Yeah.
I feel like you're still getting a kick out of that, Ralph.
I love it. I love it.
Still.
Okay. Ice Pirates and the Santa Claus. We
No
man,
contest.
Yeah, it is. Negative 55.2 and worst of its kind against a negative 7.2, but not worst of its kind. So Ice Pirates obviously takes that one.
Yeah.
Team tie and a 5-star pitch from all of us, including Dr. Ezekiel. Thanks again for joining. It's nice because we get to mention him here every week.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I won, but with a pathetic 3.5. Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
Nah.
Most offensive. All right, we're gonna skip this for now because I've got a little mini game.
Yeah.
And dialogue. What do you think? I'm going Ice Pirate.
Yes, Ice
Yeah.
Pirates.
No. Ice Pirates. Yeah. First.
Budget cuts versus Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
I'm going Tim Allen too. And
Yeah.
speaking of which, acting, I'm actually going the Santa Claus because there were a lot of child actors that I couldn't clip that just couldn't cut it, in my opinion.
I'm with you.
I'm with you guys too on that.
Cool. Okay, any demerits before we get into offensive? We are confused about Ice Pirates. I'm going to say too many loopholes.
Too many loopholes. Yeah, and then to play off what you were saying earlier, Chris, where like they kind of set up like the explanation so they could have stupid acronyms and
Yes.
make it more campy than it needed to be.
I hated that. I hated it so much.
Yeah, too many Tool Time references as well.
Yes, that.
Yeah, true. Do we want to wash that or do we want to call that a Santa Claus victory?
Santa Claus.
No.
Okay,
we
43.
we rattle off like three demerits in like 5 seconds for Santa Claus. So
Okay,
let's get-
well, hey, so it's actually 3-3. So this is a battle. I said 4-3 just a second ago, but I don't know why because we haven't decided what the most offensive movie is. So let's do that now. Starting, of course, with Ice Pirates, and then leading into the Santa Claus. Here we go. Is it Gropey Taylor, or Tim the Toolman Taylor with his tools out at twilight hours?
The Gropey Taylor.
Gropey.
Yeah, okay. Space herpes or full-grown fawn farts?
Oh, totally the fawn farts.
Come on.
Yeah, space herpes like it wasn't so much offensive as it was like never just explained properly. So I'll go with the phone.
It was lame joke, a lame dick joke.
Okay, Hard R wins it for Ice Pirates. And so the most offensive goes to Ice Pirates for a 4-3 victory. Still the worst movie of the season, Ice Pirates. And so next week, according to the poll, by not such a huge margin, but we are doing Babylon. Babylon AD with Vin Diesel. I've never seen it.
I never even heard of it.
Oh man, Rob rightly pointed out that we haven't done a Vin Diesel movie yet, and he's not the best. And I can't wait to do this one. Let's just say just so you guys know, it got a low Rotten Tomatoes score. I won't tell you how low, but I looked over his filmography. I decided this is the one that I wanted. I won this week again in the poll. I win everything all the time, and yeah, so we're doing Babylon AD next week. So thank you, Rob, for the suggestion, and I can't wait to do it. And thank you to the listener. I'm going to send it over to Rob now.
You can find us at theworstmovieevermade.com. Shoot us an email. Find us on TikTok and Instagram. We make our episodes live on Spotify and other major streaming services every Wednesday, but the video version is available every Sunday that follows. So check it out. Engage. Watch these movies with us. And have a happy holiday, guys.
Bob?
Tim's a tool.
Yes, he is. Couldn't agree more.
All right, guys. See you.
Bye.